Hey lovies, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Aries Only, where I channel messages for Aries only. Today we're doing a hopefully fun reading. We're going to be looking into how men see you, how they look at you, and to start, we're going to pull one of these cards. I would also like to mention, just a quick reminder that obviously this is somebody's opinion, which we all obviously know, but just to keep it in mind in case it isn't accurate to how you feel you truly are. If you find it's not resonating at all though, and it's just completely out of the realm of possibility for your energy, please feel free. I'm going to post a link to a pick a card reading I did on my other channel. That's the same reading basically. It just happens to be 18 plus, but it's timeless. I'm going to post a link there if you want to check that out. There's 3 options in that pick a card for you to choose from if you find this one doesn't resonate. So let's get going with this reading. How do men see the Aries watching right now? How do men see you guys? How does men see you? How do men see you? Okay. We have Quicksilver. Oh, and Mars energy, my little Aries. Okay, Mars and Mercury. So I think that people see you as like a force. Sorry, I was just like wanted to check one of these cards. Okay, as like a force to be reckoned with this Mars energy. They definitely see you as very smart and able to hold your own. Very strong, very fiery and feisty. Not scared, very brave with Mars energy. Quicksilver, this is that Mercury energy. It's very quick. They could see you as very quick-witted. They could see you as denoting speed in some way. You could be very fast. You could just like have a quick walk. You could be a quick talker, a quick thinker, like think on your feet kind of a thing. But also with the Quicksilver, there's a sort of elusive quality with this card where it is difficult to pin down exactly what it is. Like it changes. It's just when you think you have it pinned down as yellow, it turns green, and then these other sparks come out. It's almost like it changes shape, it changes form, more layers are revealed. Yeah, so it's difficult to exactly pin down. And even just these two energies starting off here, we have Mars energy versus like Mercury energy. Mars is all about passion and gusto. Mercury is about the mind, thinking things through. So already we have like, it's almost like you have the smarts and then you have the energy to back it up. Like I feel like men see you as very, with Mars energy, very sexual, powerful. I'm getting powerful from this card. It's like almost like they think you have a lot of power over men, maybe, even if you wouldn't agree with that. Like I think men see you that way, like because I'm noticing this pinky finger being highlighted. It's like lit up, like I'm thinking about like crooking her pinky finger, like making people come running. I feel like a lot of men see you as like having the power to do that, and I'm almost getting that a lot of people maybe see you in a destructive way. A lot of men see you as having like a destructive power that you use, but overall I think that, but there could also be, it depends on, I think, who's asking. Like, you know what I mean? Who are the people around you? If there's some, you know, maybe judgmental sort of people around, they may not be seeing you as clearly. They may be seeing you as a projection of their own insecurities or fears or jealousies or whatever it is, especially if you rejected them. They could be thinking that, you know, that was rude or something, like that you use your power for evil because you didn't give them a chance, but maybe you just like weren't into them or whatever here. But overall, like just general, normal, everyday men, run-of-the-mill men around you, see you as being, yeah, very quick, very smart, a little bit elusive and difficult to characterize. They could see you as, let's look in the book, what does it say? Slippery, mobile, and Mercury. Part liquid and part metal. Quicksilver is a mesmerizing material. It's gifted to slip between worlds. There's also like teacher energy associated with this. So if you started out meeting this like well, not Okay, let me say that again. If there's people that at your job, for example, that you've worked there longer than they have, or people in school that you know, that you've gone to school longer, it's like you help show people the ropes. People could see you as having really good advice. There's an aspect of that as well. So let's see what else. How do men see the Aries watching right now? How are they seeing them? But I'm also getting a sense here too, like, I'm also getting a sense that you maybe have a certain aesthetic that is like, that is actually easy to pin down. Like, it's like somebody could take a look at you and be like, oh, that person is like a goody two shoes, like a prep, or a goody two shoes. Let's just say a goody two shoes. You kind of have that vibe of like, oh, like blah, blah, blah. Like you come off that way, like very sweet and benign or something like that, like a little goody two shoes. And it's like whatever preconceptions that people have of you, like, get turned on their head, like with this lightning card. It's almost like, but again, say this is somebody that's trying to like push a boundary with you, like a guy, like one of these guys. It's almost like they see you as an easy target and come at you. And it's like, I think you have like a very feisty side that kind of comes out and like shocks people, and then they have to make it bad or something like that. So you could deal with a lot of people like that, that just, it's just you speaking your truth and standing up for yourself and protecting your boundaries, and they're categorizing that as something, you know, bad or something like that. But let's see what else we get. How do people see? I'm getting that people may have very strong reactions towards you, like either good or bad, with Mars energy. So how do people see Aries? How do men see Aries? How are men seeing you? We have Angel and Destroyer. I mean, like, this is what I'm saying. Helping those in need with no expectation of return. But then look, oh, that's so weird. Acting innocent or angelic to mislead others, falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guidance. I feel like I'm going to go with that first one because that's what I was kind of just getting at. Like, people think you seem like a little angel, and then it's like all of a sudden, like, the Destroyer comes out, the Rebel comes out. It's kind of like cool. Like, you have a lot of layers and you're not afraid to stand up for yourself. That's what I'm getting. That's the actuality of it. But people are seeing you as like a shadow side of the angel, like that you're acting falsely. Like, anyway, I can't. Okay, like what else? We also have Networker. Again, that's more of that Mercury energy. I feel like this is like the normal people that like know you in your normal social circles. Enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. And then the Shadow is conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. I'm mostly getting this up here. I feel like, again, it's that same energy of being a quick talker, being very social. People could see you as, oh, I'm going to say this is like the bad side and this is the good side, but like, I feel like here on this bad side, people could see you as almost like you're a flirt, you're a tease, like, but you could just be being nice, and you could just be a very social person, and people could be saying like, oh, you're misleading me, making me think I have a chance or something, but you're like, I'm just being nice. Like, I'm just being friendly, you know, kind of a thing. So, okay, we're about to touch on some sensitive things. So hopefully that's like the end of that, but as I can't really talk about it as much as I would love to go on about it, I really can't. So, yeah, but with this Networker, enhances unity. It's like, I think people don't see, I'm not getting like a gossipy energy. I'm just getting a very socially butterfly kind of an energy. Like, I love to chat. I love to talk. I like to take a bad situation and sort of like make it something good. Like, I just saw The Alchemist. Whereas like if somebody's like talking bad about somebody, like you may not jump in and stick up for the person, but you might either try to change the subject quick, or you might be like, oh, but remember when they did this, this, and that, and just like bring it back to something good about them or something like that. And I think people are like, oh, like this person is nice. Like, they don't want to, like, you know, but you do it in a fun way where you're not like, oh, don't talk bad about that person. Like, it's just, you do it very effortlessly, and like, it's like the conversation just moves on, you know, and everyone's happier. All right. So what else? Let's see. How do men see you guys? Okay, we have the Moon energy and Scorpio energy. Ooh, okay. So we have the moon. We have a lot of water energy here. So people could see you as being very emotional. Instinct, nurturing, gut reactions, comfort, digestion, home, family, conditioning, habits, femininity, lineage, privacy, embodiment, emotion, sustenance, self-soothing, moods, and mother. So people definitely see you as very feminine, very emotional, very soft. I'm noticing like these muted pinks, you know, like people see you as like a girly girl. I'm getting definitely very feminine. Is femininity is being highlighted here, but at the same time they're seeing your like a strength in you. Again, this powerhouse energy. Look at this: transformative, intense, passionate, secretive, carnal, thorough, obsessive, intimate, primal, lusty, deep, eternal, resourceful, mysterious, regenerative, compulsive, destructive, and manipulative. Yeah, I think people are definitely sensing this intense energy within you. And some, again, are categorizing it as bad, but some see like the power in you, and they see like the intense emotion within you. There's definitely a lot of emotion here. And I think they see that that's what like drives you. And that's like where the depth comes from. That's where this like wanting to enhance unity between people comes from like a very compassionate, like loving place within you. I think there are like a handful of people that are like unable to understand that about you. And also with Scorpio, I'm reminded to say that like with a lot of emotions, like there is a good side and a bad side to that. You know, there could be like explosive tempers, like there could be, but again, like how I was saying, like people see you as powerful, like they see you as having powerful emotions, and maybe that's something that you feel is like a drawback. Like you feel maybe like ashamed of that, but like, do you know why somebody like stands up for somebody else? Because like they feel strongly about it enough to make them like to propel them into action. Like Mars also rules Scorpio. Your emotions are your fuel. Your emotions are what drives you. You have a quick tongue. That's how it comes out. You know what I mean? That's how you're spreading your message. Even if you're not like spreading a message like, I don't know, like publicly, like you're spreading like on social media, for example, like you're spreading a message like at your like dinner table, like, or at your lunch table and the cafeteria at school and like, you know, the water cooler at work, like whatever it is, like you are being the change you want to see in the world. It's like I'm really getting a vibe like this where your emotions drive you almost to like stick up for people. I was just really getting that. So I feel like you're somebody that, right, you won't just sit by if you see like an injustice. If you see something truly wrong, like you have to speak up, and you will. And, you know, sometimes like, oh yeah, look, pow, Aquarius, the radical. I feel like you are this badass sort of a person here, but it's like you also have this angelic side to you that, so when people see it like switch off, like a lot of times I think they wonder if you're authentic. There's like a question of your authenticity. They wonder if you're like a toxic person. I see snake energy. If they maybe see it as manipulative, that you can sort of like flow between these energies. Yeah, with the Quicksilver, that's what this card is about too. It's about being able to move between worlds. And a lot of times people sort of like nail themselves down to one specific personality, but I feel like you're somebody that's constantly changing. It says transformative. I said that weird, sorry. As the first thing, it's like a snake shedding its skin and becoming something else when it needs to, or going incognito when it needs to. Doesn't mean that it's necessarily manipulative. I think that you are powerful and that you could use your power. This is an energy that could be used for good or bad, but if choose either way, you're powerful either way and probably good at what you do. Like whether you're being an asshole or not, like, you know what I mean? I feel like you would be really good at it. Like you would be really good at manipulating people, but because you're very smart and you understand emotions. But I feel that at the end of the day, I'm getting this more soft energy from you, where when something like stirs your passions, it's almost like an injustice and you feel like you have to like stick up for people or something like that. But yeah, we also have that mysterious energy here as well. And the depth, it says eternal. I feel like you could be an old soul here. Let's see, you could be very moody, and that could be something that people are like, I mean, I guess men could be like, you know, all right. Like maybe aren't a big fan of that. You know how much they love women's mood swings. Okay. So let's see what else we can get. What do we want to do here? Let's get one animal. How are people seeing? How are men seeing Aries? I'm saying people because I feel like At least like this last part that I was just talking about is like men and women both see you like this. But we have the otter. Yes, like this is cute. Oh, but that tiger energy like is kind of like it's there, you know what I mean? Like, okay. Like the otter is like so adorable, first of all. Like this reminds me of a picture I have of my dog Piper, who is like the most sweetest, most benign, beautiful little soul. Like this dog is so sweet. She's right there on the couch next to me sleeping. But there's this one picture of her with her little paw on the glass, kind of like that, where it's like, and I don't know. So I'm just getting like Piper energy, which she is just so sweet and oh, my little baby girl. But should we read this? Just wouldn't hurt a fly. But at the same time, like then there's this tiger energy underneath. So it's like, I feel like you wouldn't hurt a fly unless the fly was trying to hurt someone you love. And then you like, again, like that power comes out because you're so nurturing. But it's like, again, like a mother bear, like protecting her cub. Like I think I said this in a reading recently. Maybe it was your reading. But I definitely remember saying that phrase like not too long ago. What is this? This is a water animal. Where is water? Oh, I'm in the water right now. Hold on. Frog, turtle, oyster, beaver, starfish, fish. Is otter. Okay, let's see. Give me a second to bear with me here. Oh, otter. Unobstructed joy, playfulness, and contentment. Perhaps the most joyful creature within the animal spirit deck, the otter represents absolute bliss. Otter energy is the playfulness of a child available to us at any age. They have a giddiness and reverence for life itself without the presence of doubt, worry, or skepticism. Imagine yourself with a little more otter energy. What would life look like? What would it take to bring you there? The otter card begs these questions and wants to transport us to that precious place as soon as possible. The celebration awaits. When in balance, full of love, needs nothing. When out of balance, gloomy, sighs, makes silly excuses. To bring into balance, dance, party, or celebration. But yeah, gloomy, moody, like, but at the same time, I'm getting like, you have intense emotions. This is something people notice about you. Some people maybe see you in a different context where they only know like the side of, maybe like at work or your professional side, and you're always very like happy-go-lucky and this otter energy. But like people that know you a little bit more deeply, your friends, your coworkers, like maybe this is like a customer like classifying you this way, you know, or somebody like a representative that you buy, I don't know, like a sales rep that you only deal with once a month. They don't really know you, like they don't see you on the everyday grind like your coworkers do. And those people maybe see more of this like moody side to you, like, you know, but I think it depends on who's looking and who's asking here or who's answering the question. So yeah, I think there is something to be said. There's a very innocent, sweet vibe about you. Definitely like, but then again, yeah, we have this like tiger energy here, which, I mean, we can look it up, but I mean, I think it's a fire animal. Looks very protective to me. Oh my God, I just hit feminine energy though. Interesting. Ease in darkness. Passionate, strong, and sensual. Yeah, like strong and passionate. Like your passion drives you, your emotions drive you. There's some fire in you. Like you will, I think, really take a stand for what you need to. Like it's almost like, I don't know, almost like, because I'm reading New Moon now, Twilight, but it's almost like when they turn into the wolf and like they explode out of their clothes, all of a sudden they're like 5 times the mass of like a human being. Like I just read the part where she sees like Jacob transform for the first time, and it's like I'm reminded of that, where it's like this tiger comes out and they're like, oh my God, like what happened? I just feel like you're very fierce. Like I get fierceness from you. What's the other cards that we want to use? Moonology. How do people see you? How do men see you? And we're going to get tarot. How do men see Aries? Okay. Well, no, we don't have to do it in reverse. Nothing will come of this situation. I think people see you as like, look, be bold to make the first move. Nothing will come. Like almost like picky. It's like you won't just like date anybody, almost like elusive, like they can't get to you, like you're not interested. They could see you as like somebody that's like single, but like you aren't dating at the same time. It's like you're not settling. They see you as somebody that won't settle. Maybe they wouldn't classify it that way. I'm thinking it might be something like that, but maybe they're just seeing like, oh, they're a priss, or like, oh, they're closed for business, or something like that. I think maybe rejected a lot of people. All right, what else? Or if you haven't, maybe you have sort of like a RBF where it's like people don't even approach you because like they think that like you just seem like unapproachable. Even the way this angel, you're nice, but you're like, your arms are crossed, like your body language could send a sign, especially if people just aren't, like you could be the type of person that not a lot of strangers hit on because your body language is a little bit like all the faces I see aside from the otter are like, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call that a friendly face. I mean, she's social, this little networker here, but the arms are crossed here. I'm not necessarily getting a super friendly vibe. So you could have like sort of like keep away body language. Okay, let's see what else we have here. How do people see you guys? A time for healing. Yeah, it's like almost like closed off, like with a time for healing, almost like in a period of like not open for business. There's something like that. Even this otter, like, remember how I was saying it's reminding me of this picture of my dog Piper who was like behind glass, like an animal at the zoo. Like people look at you, but like there's like a wall up between you. They see something like a wall up, where even when they're talking to you, there's like this other side of you with this new moon in Gemini. Again, we have Gemini energy, like that Mercury energy, but it's almost like blah, 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 but there's like such a wall up to the real you. Like people don't feel like they know you. They don't feel like you're like far away. They like can't get to you. There's definitely that elusive quality here. All right, how else do people see you? How do men see you? Aries, how do men see you? How do men see Aries? Oh, how? That's 3, I think. Yeah. How do men see Aries? Okay, be authentic and you are limitless. You can do anything you choose. So I think people see that you're pretty good at like everything that you do here. A very authentic person. Although obviously there are those people that I think are attributing some bad qualities to you, but that's clearly not everybody here because we're getting a lot of, I think a lot of different people have like a lot of different opinions about you. I think people see you almost could be someone like self-protective, like even with this angel with like the you could like know how to act in certain situations. You could be very subtle, a very subtle like chameleon where you're able to sort of like adjust your personality just like a little bit, like what the situation calls for, almost like I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's like you're still being authentic, but it's like you know what side to like highlight. Like, and you are very like deep and layered. And you, in a way, I think you are manipulating the situation to your advantage. But I'm not necessarily getting, at the heart of this reading, we have this otter energy. So I don't think it's necessarily like for your own selfish ends. But I think that you're limitless. Like, I think you're very smart. You're very good at what you're doing. And I think you know what you're doing. And you're a lot more aware. You have this sort of innocent face. I don't know if people are really picking up on this. I mean, I guess so. I'm picking up on this based on all these different qualities that are coming through and the way that they're coming through. I'm getting that people really see you as... So they see you as closed for business. So that could also mean, by the way, that you're in a relationship. I forgot to say that, especially with the otter. The otter is like or they could see you as somebody that only will entertain a serious relationship. Like you're not just like, oh, let's go hang out and like hook up. Like, I don't think people think that you're wanting to hook up or anything like that. I think people like take you seriously in that way, or only almost, like I was saying, sense the distance. But yeah, I don't know. Like overall, what I'm getting here, people see you as powerful. Some people see you as powerful. Some people see you as innocuous and innocent. People see you as very social and smart, but some people see you as manipulative. I think a lot of people see you as very emotional and possibly moody. Sometimes people notice more so your good moods, that you're always happy and upbeat. Sometimes people are noticing your mood swings. There's like this ferocious temper or that tiger energy like below the surface that some people are aware of. But we also have this simple acts of kindness. You could be an animal lover. So yeah, that's what I'm getting off the bat. And then we're going to get some tarot and then some of my personality cards, wherever they are. Okay, so how do men see, this is more about your outer like aesthetic and stuff, like how do men see Aries? This was not in my last reading, the one on my other channel that I talked about, but anyway, how do men see Aries? How are men seeing Aries? So we have the 10 of Swords. Oh my goodness, interesting. I'm just gonna put this up because this deck is so cool. Okay. The Page of Pentacles. Okay. We have the Four of Swords, the Lovers, and the 10 of Cups. So I'm getting that people maybe see your fashion, like they could see you as being sort of like goth. They could see you as being very like artistic and kind of funky and out there. I don't want to say like, oh, you could wear a lot of black or a lot of bright colors because I feel like that's cheating. But like, I feel like just like your personalities, you could like sort of like, again, chameleon for each occasion. You could be somebody who a lot of things change about you constantly. Like I'm getting like your weight fluctuates. I'm getting sometimes you're like a tomboy and sometimes you're like an elegant, beautiful woman. I feel like you have a sort of fashion sense that is playful and fun, even if it is sort of like gothy with the black. It's like you do it in a very feminine, flowy way. I'm getting it like that. Like I get that people look at you and see the pain that you've been through somehow. Like it's almost like they could tell by the way you look. Like I'm noticing all these swords like stuck in like these people. Like I know that's terrible, but like it's almost like the swords are, but we're standing upright. I think people see you as being very strong. I think people see you as being very graceful. Again, very feminine, flirty sort of fashion choices here. You could really be using some sort of like unconventional accessories that not a lot of people wear. Like you're just kind of like doing your own thing here. Let me grab these emotion cards and just see. This could be about your appearance. I'm just going to leave it open-ended, like whatever I'm getting here. You could be sort of like androgynous. There could be like a few of you, but I feel weird saying that because I already said that I really was getting like a feminine energy here, like a heavily feminine, but I don't know, with this Page of Pentacles, maybe that's just showing how your ability to sort of camouflage yourself and to sort of like blend in with any sort of a group or like the mask that you wear or something like that. I don't really know with the Page of Pentacles. Let's clarify that one first. What is this saying? Okay. Materialistic. Okay, so I'm getting like, again, almost like using props, like that you can like blend into any sort of, I'm almost getting like you could become any character with like the right, like you're smart like that. Like I'm almost getting like it's coming through as like your outfits, but I'm getting that it's because like if you had to, you could almost be almost like a con artist or something like that. Like you have the smarts to be like a con artist, but like I was saying, I don't think you use your power for evil. I think you use your power for good here. Let's see, what is this 10 of Swords trying to say? Aloof. Oh, that came out in like the same position in a reading I did earlier. I think you try to keep a distance because you've maybe been stabbed in the back too many times. I think this is also, well, that's what I'm getting from this, but I think people say, what is this? Can I look at this? I'm just going to pick this up and look at this really quick. Oh, okay. It's like a scarf with like peacock feathers on it. It looks like peacock. Okay, there's like peacock imagery on here. So it's almost like you have this air of like, okay, like say you go through a breakup or something like that, like men notice that you like come into work looking like fiercely beautiful. It's almost like when you've been stabbed in the back, like you express yourself in an outward way of like, look at me, like I'm back world, like What? Like, almost like, I'm getting a vibe like that. I really am. That you, like, show off, like, you don't want to, like, hide in the background. You want to, like, show a vibe of, like, yes, like, you're, like, the person that probably goes shopping after a breakup and, like, completely gets, like, chops off all your hair and does, like, some, you know what I mean? Like, something like that. I'm getting, like, you turn your pain into beauty or something like that. Okay, now about the Four of Swords. Old soul. I think that you have these defenses up because I don't know if this is how men are seeing you or if this is just like the final synopsis to like explain to you your own personality, like, because that's more so what I'm getting at this point in the reading. I have to be honest, but I feel like this is more so about you feeling like you have to have these defenses up, these mental defenses, because it's just the best way to like cultivate peace for yourself, because you understand the reality. I don't say only God could judge me because I see things clear, like 50 Cent. Like, you know that people are fucked up, like, in the world, and you have to protect yourself. Like, I know that, like, every night I talk to God, but I don't say nothing back. I know that he protected me, but I still stay with my gat. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, yes, you know that, like, you try to give people the benefit of the doubt to an extent, but you're not stupid. Like, you're too smart. Like, you see the way the world is. Maybe you even have some really, like, good instincts left over from a past life or something like that, where it's like, you know, you have to be like aware, like constant vigilance at all times or something like that. Okay, how about the Lovers? It's not worth your peace of mind to really like let your defenses down. Athletic with the Lovers. I feel like you could be somebody, maybe you like to play sports and you're actually like athletic here, and that's something that you do with maybe like the men in your life, like you play sports with them, or if you have a sort of like athletic job, like you're really good, you definitely like pull your weight on the team here. Like people know that they can count on you, something like that. I don't know. Athletic with the Lovers. People are like, I'd have you on my team. Like, I'd choose you. Nervous. Interesting. Maybe almost like people see that you, I don't know, something I'm getting, like you use physical tasks in order to like calm your nerves or something like that. Like, I think maybe people notice something like that. I don't know. That one's a little confusing. Let's pull one more. I mean, people could just be thinking, oh, what is on that card? It's like something stuck on there. Giving. I don't know. I feel like people just like want you on their team. I feel like people want you on your team, A. B, if this is talking about the bedroom, they could feel like you really know how to hold your own. You're very energetic. You're very like motivated. They don't have to worry. They feel like it's an equal, like, and even if you work together, I was gonna say an equal give and take. Even if you work together, like they feel like you're somebody that pulls your weight. I'm getting like they feel like you're somebody that pulls your own weight. If they're leading, like whatever the other person who's dancing does, like you do a good job of that. Like, or if you're leading, you're a good leader. I'm getting a vibe like that. 10 of Cups. I'm getting artistic vibes from that. We have balanced. So let me just see. I guess I'm getting, obviously that's the 10 of Cups, so like I'm getting in an emotional way, authentic. People feel like your emotions aren't for, or this is maybe something Spirit wants you to know, that your emotions, you have a full spectrum of emotions and you're a very authentic person. Learning how to balance those out maybe will take time, so don't beat yourself up. But as of right now, Spirit wants you to understand that your emotions are coming from an authentic place and to like honor them for the time being. And if anything, just try to find little balancing strategies, because if you follow your emotions, they will never lead you wrong. That is definitely the crux of your power here. I don't know how this turned into like this more spiritual reading at the end, but like I would be remiss if I didn't bring this up because I feel like it's a message coming through. I feel like also Spirit would want you to know like anybody would be lucky to have you on their team. And if they're not able to recognize all that you are here, that's on them, and you are like wifey material or whatever, like girlfriend material. But all right, guys, I think we're just gonna leave it there. Sorry that was a little bit confusing. I feel like there was a lot of different energies coming through that were like noticing you guys. So yeah, you must really steal the show wherever you're at. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next reading. Okay.